2-day sale. It's 2 days that are too good to miss. This Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. Only at Kohl's. Kohl's. Expect great things.
It's Wendy, man. The Wendy Williams Experience.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What you're here about to witness, the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house. Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this queen. Representing from west to east. Just better get it right. Y'all know the name. Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while. I hate to brag, but
Ain't nobody
it is phenomenal. Like the queen. Right here.
who the world is this with so much drama.
From yo block to yo block, heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Every barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this with so much
Again and again. Wendy Williams. Bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Gangsters of the Year award.
Once again.
Everything is too loud and my microphone is not on. So if it's
No, you was talking the wrong line.
No, this is my mic. That is the mic that goes over there.
They're all up. Something's wrong with engineering.
Well,
they're
press
all up.
something. You're not going to just sit and wait for somebody. It sounds like I'm talking on the other side of the room and my face is right up on the microphone. I couldn't get any closer unless I had on a condom and it was after midnight. Get a damn engineer in here. What is wrong with the mic? I'm not moving. This is the microphone I've already disinfected, and this is the one I'm using. So now, what we're going to do? I bet you your microphone works. Do a check 1, 2 figures. Well, mine doesn't. Well, it is what it is, people. Welcome to this mess. The formal name is called the Wendy Williams Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
So this microphone right here is the one that works? Check 1, 2. You can turn that one off, all right? All right, check 1, 2. Is my microphone working?
Yes.
All right. Well, excuse me, everybody. I normally do the disinfection process before we arrive here together, but I had to do an emergency evacuation for my usual mic. I think there's a hater in the building and sabotage going on.
Oh.
Why else would you? Why else would my microphone be broken?
Of all mics.
You know me, I just like to cause drama. This still doesn't sound right. It still sounds like I'm talking through. What is going on? It is Friday and I will leave. I can't.
She's using the phone.
Slave to this job. I love it. Hello. Hi, my friends. Here we are, all intimate and close. Doesn't this sound great? Why does this stuff always happen when I get on the radio? Your mic always works, Art. Forget that. I'm talking about this mic. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Sorry for the drama. I got a whole bunch of really cool websites that I think, you know what, these sites might even be worth me getting on the internet for. Maybe I'll learn how to finally do something, Art. Big weekends here. I mean, there's nothing so big about it other than that more sleep or more TV watching. Or how about you? Do you eat more on the weekend than ever? Me, I have no control. No control on the weekend. I've been plotting all day what I'm going to be making for food over the weekend. I got meatloaf, and I'm going to make a spinach souffle for tomorrow. You know what I mean? And with the meatloaf, I'm going to use some of the Frank's Red Hot sauce that I just got in my big basket, because Frank's has now gone Chipotle. And I have a feeling a few shakes of Chipotle sauce could be a great secret ingredient. Have you ever made a meatloaf with the hard-boiled eggs down the middle? Oh, my gosh. This is what you do. You boil, like, it depends on how big your meatloaf is. Me, I like to make a meatloaf on a Saturday, and we feed off of it here and there between sandwiches and, whatnot, until Thursday. Only because, refrigerators have changed, and nowadays you can get refrigerators that literally keep your food practically as fresh as the day you made it for like 7 days. So I make a big old meatloaf like I'm feeding the Waltons, except it's just the three of us. But you boil some hard-boiled eggs and you run them down the middle. You peel them and stuff. You run them down the middle of the meatloaf. So each time you cut, there's a surprise. Anyway, making that. And then on Sunday, I'm doing some Cornish hens. Cornish hens and asparagus. So we're not going to have any starch with the meatloaf, so then I can do a big macaroni and cheese. Okay, my grandmother made me, my son's grandmother, my mother-in-law, made an extra onion cheese at the house, so I'll thaw that out. Anyway, gosh, food. Plotting. Here, Art, I got an invitation that I won't be able to go to, but you seem like a Hard Rock Cafe kind of dude. Hey, now. Okay, well, they are apparently... See, I thought all the Hard Rock Cafes were about ready to close, the theme restaurants, but I know... I think that there's only like one left on the continent, and that's in New York on Times Square. Well, apparently... There's some big to-do going on next Saturday. So here, they sent...
No, they sent me one of those too. They sent you and I one so they can go to one of the interns. They can go with me or something.
Who is it? Oh, Zoe, queen of all interns.
There you go.
Zoe, we've got an invitation. What does this say? It's a private VIP party. There's a lot going on with it. Did your picture frame break, or is this only mine that's broken?
No, mine was broken too, but, got to get a new glass for it.
Well, I don't...
You don't want the picture frame? That's nice.
It's going to cost too much to get a glass.
No, it's not.
No, I can't deal with it. Give my whole presentation, Zoe.
All right.
The picture frame and everything.
Okay.
All right. We had fun last night. Me and Artie, we went to the Apollo Theater.
Oh, my gosh.
Had drinks backstage. Rubbed the log. Oh, that sounds crazy. And saw Gerald Levert.
That's good.
Yeah, he does. He's on a cane. I got nervous. And a little turned off. Until I got the explanation. This is why, because, and I was explaining this to Art. I've always thought Gerald Levert was just so hot. I feel like I've known him, my entire life. Because I was around when Pop, 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 Pop Goes My Mind. The group, Levert. Wait, what was this group called?
Levert.
Levert?
Yes.
And then LSG. We talked about Johnny Gilhuddy.
Uh-oh.
But Gerald's my friend, so we will not go into it.
By the way, I saw you on stage with him.
You saw me dance?
I saw you on stage with him. That was hot.
Did I look all big and awkward?
No, you look good.
I was trying to play it off.
You was his hype man.
Yeah, I was his hype man. When I say whatever, you say what, that's what he does at the end of his show, so he doesn't have to just drop the mic and walk off and there's an awkward period when I come back out and say, all right, everybody, thanks for coming out. Good night. The transition was that I came out and I danced with him and I was his hype man. And then he walked off the stage. He used the cane off the stage. But I've just always thought, two things I wanted to know about him. Yet one thing, really. Two. First of all, when I saw the cane, I had to know why he had it. Also, was he really knocking down Monique? And if so, why?
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
And his explanation for the cane. Oh, I guess you want the Monique one first.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of Art's theory. If you do charity, once in a while, the love guys will bless you with a gorgeous woman. Exactly. And I'm not saying that Monique is not a pretty woman. I'm just saying that Gerald Levert, he gets a lot of behind.
Yeah.
And should I say, he has a lot of behind available to him.
Lots of options.
Like quality, no baggage, just straight up
NBA type coochie.
NBA, just, you know what I mean? Just, and so why Monique? That wasn't a relationship. I mean, it's one thing if he says, well, I fell in love with her, and then you see them right now, they're dating like Jay-Z and Beyonce or something like that, but that was a knockdown.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, you knocked it down, and it got out. The music was loud. Ray Chu and the crew were playing. Mm-hmm. but from what I heard him say, it amounted to charity booty. Do you understand? Like she needed a hug. During the time she was going through like the shoulder to cry, there was a lot of drama going on in her personal life. I guess she needed to feel
loved.
Right. And I made a joke with him. I was like, that's a lot of skin rubbing. And then about the cane. Thank goodness. Okay, so the fabulous Canyon Ranch Spa. First of all, that showed that, wow, he's getting paper like that. Because, that's a fortune. That's a fabulous place to go. Hold on, I dropped my pen on the floor. Oh. Anyway, so he was out at the Canyon Ranch Spa and he was playing volleyball and a girl started playing and she didn't know what she was doing. Next thing you know, she slid and kicked him in the ankle. And so that just happened. He said, I reported it on the radio. I don't recall. I recall talking about him getting stopped after his friend was stopped by the cops. And then Gerald, said, what? But I got distracted. I didn't ask him that question.
Yeah. This whole crew was nice.
Yeah, they were. They were nice people.
Cat Daddy was too.
Yeah. A lot of fresh older men backstage at the Apollo. I mean, not too fresh, you know what I mean? But shout out to Brenda on security back there, by the way. It's always weird going to the Apollo Theater. I remember the first time ever that I went to the Apollo and I was backstage and I'm like looking, I'm saying like, wow, this is where Sammy Davis Jr. I cried. You know me, all emotional and stuff. And I'm like, gosh, everybody's been back here, standing on the stage waiting to go on. And that's what I was doing. He was like, I can't believe I'm here at the Apollo. This was years ago, but I can't believe I'm here at the Apollo. There's the log. I just rubbed it. I reached between the curtains and rubbed it. And I'm about to be introduced, and this is the Apollo Theater.
Yes.
I got all mushy and cried and stuff. Was that your first time being backstage at the legendary Apollo Theater in Harlem? Third time? Mm-hmm. Do you get a chill each time?
I do, because it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I ride down the back street and park, I'm like, Diana Ross parked here once.
Yes.
Diana Ross walked through this door once. Like everything at the Apollo, go to the bathroom.
I could tell because you was really humble about the parking.
Yeah, Shirley Bassey parked. Yeah, they moved the gates and stuff. I was like, no, I'll park over here. I'm fine. If it's good enough for Diana Ross, it's good enough for me. If it's good enough for Stevie Arrington,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
little richer than them. Steve Harvey.
Uh-oh.
September 19th, New York City. I got a blind item. I think it's Dennis Rodman is one of them, and I can't figure out who the other one is, and I could be wrong. Fellas, I need you to listen because this is about one of your NBA heroes and being gay.
Ooh.
I don't know why they'd have to blind it if it was Dennis Rodman, but maybe the key is the person he was messing around with. However, I don't think I have time on this break. How much time do I have left on the break?
Not a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into a blind item here. No way. Alicia Keys. So she was talking about her fashion sense. And she says, I wear what I wear because, I wear what I wear, but there have been times that things just didn't work for me looking back. The worst was a fur collar, and PETA should have gotten on me about it. I guess, she's not into fur anymore. More for Jennifer Lopez. Because she damn sure uses fur for a lot of stuff in her line. Damn. All right, coming up, everybody. I do have that blind item. And you know what? I need the basketball officials to be in on this one, too. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
She says, I know that Tyrone doesn't care about me. She says, he looks at me like I'm just a piece of, and I look at him like he's just some.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WVLS, today's R&B and Classic Soul. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Hold on, turn off the mics off for a second. All right, everybody, sorry. All right, so you got your tickets for Circle of Sisters yet? All right, I know what you're saying. It's only September 9th. It's not for another 3 weeks.
We'll pick up our tickets at the Jacob Javits Convention Center that day. It's not like an event that could be sold out. Well, you could be correct about that. The Javits Center is a very big place. There's room for everybody to be there October 1st and 2nd. But here till now, there's a sale going on where you buy a ticket for Circle of Sisters now and get your second ticket free. So that's the advantage to calling and getting your ticket. Oh, Circle of Sisters is going to be big. Jacob Javits, October 1st and 2nd. Shopping, beauty, fitness, seminars on nutrition, fashion shows, live performances. Tickets are at Ticketmaster locations, online at Ticketmaster.com, or you can call Ticketmaster. There's 3 ways through Ticketmaster. I'm just going to give you the online telephone number, and then through there you can find out the other stuff. Ticketmaster is Ticketmaster.com. Duh. Presented by Choice Hotels. It's our Circle of Sisters. Choice Hotels with almost 4,000 locations. There's bound to be a Choice Hotel wherever it is that you're heading. Also brought to you by Nyack College. Make your future everything it could be. And of course, your radio station, the home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, beginning September, is it 19th? 19th. 107.5 WBLS. All right, so that's Circle of Sisters. I got this really interesting facts from somebody. Art, do you still have your Lexus?
Yes.
I've never actually seen this car. The interesting thing, everybody, he walks around with the key, which, as you know, it's not very hard to get a key to a car and just, casually leave your key ring around like my Lexus. Art, do you really have this car?
Yes.
What color is it?
Silver.
That's not what you told me before. You told me it was white. See?
No, I
Caught up in your lies.
I never told you it was white. Out of here. Ask Big Ray. He's driven in it with me.
Oh, I bet he has. Who is Big Ray?
House of Plenty.
Oh, Ray. Hi, Ray. Well, would you like a second car?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Would you like to zhuzh down? Payments, got your panties in a bunch?
Let's do it.
On that Lexus?
Let's do it.
Because here's somebody named actually, I was going to call her Katrina. She isn't. Oh, this is somebody named One More. First of all, he says he enjoys the show. He says, thanks for keeping him up on things. And also, I'm his first cousin in his head. He also says that we met each other years ago at Club Zanzibar in Newark, New Jersey. Oh, those were the days. And this is what he says. He's got this 1995 Jeep Cherokee, everybody. It's a 5-speed. He's been trying to sell it for 3 weeks, but he's had trouble selling it because people can't drive stick shifts. He would like to donate the car now to the Wendy Williams Experience. The vehicle's worth $3,000. It's got AM/FM cassette and a new muffler, and it drives great. He says, let me know if someone out there can pick it up in East Orange. My Katrina donation is this truck. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Nobody on the show can use a car, to the best of my knowledge. You wouldn't actually be donating it because we'd be paying you for it or whatever. Listen, there are charities that actually take cars, though. And I'm sure somebody listening by chance would know the name of one of those charities. And they do come right to your house and they pick it up. So, and I've heard the commercials for it. So I know that there are charities that pick up cars and stuff. So, one more, I'm going to save your telephone number and everything like that. And somebody from the show is going to call you. Or else go online yourself. Figure it out. All right. Does anybody out there know which charity that is or which charities, you can donate your car? Because One More has his and he wants to consider this a Katrina thing. All right. Vaughn's coming up tonight at 7 o'clock on The Quiet Storm. In the meantime, it's the Wendy Williams Experience until 7 on 107.5 WBLS. To pick up family and family friends and friends and whatnot. How do we know that part of the escape was, and then in a perfect world, because, plastic surgery changes everything. Like when you look at See Murder, you see the Miller eyes. So those definitely immediately have got to get changed. You know what I mean? A little plastic surgery to open up the eyes, little nose job, little fade cream or darkening cream, whichever. You take your pick. A rug.
Stop rapping.
stop rapping, blend him into the next compound, because P has money regardless. I mean, he's suffering right now, and God bless Master P and Silk the Shaka and Murder, C Murder and whatnot. But and then you just blend him into the house staff as houseboy or major domo or something like that. That's something. He found his father. He found his sister-in-law. He spoke to his missing family members by phone 10 days after fearing that they've been dead. Remember, I told you that he was looking for his father and whatnot. So I hope that C Murder's okay, though. I just go to the diabolical plot because that would work. Who is that calling on the phone? Why do they keep ringing up the phone?
It's Vaughn Harper wanting to know who the people are.
Harper? Ron Harper? Oh, Vaughn, my coworker. Vaughn, please stop. Vaughn, I'll leave you a note for your shift. We're in the middle of a break. And the singer you play all night long. Because he do got the velvet pipes.
My.
Oh, crap.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, the super head of the game. Damn.
He'll rub you the right way.
The phone lines are about to open up, everybody. 866-GET-WENDY for advice hour. So call if you need it, and I'm here for you. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
Yesterday, I don't know if you heard, Little Flip gave you a nice shout out on 106 and Park. He was just shouting you out because you broke Sunshine before everyone was playing, and he said after you played it, the whole country started.
Of course!
The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, y'all? This is CeCe Peniston, and you're listening to the Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5.
Oh, yeah, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, and Advice Hour is on. And, gosh, the people poll question, you know what? I remember what the results were, but I just can't find the question.
It was men.
Men, would you date women shorter than you? 80% of you said taller than you. And 80% of you said yes, right?
80, yes.
80% said yes, ladies, and 20% said no. Problem is, little man, we don't want you. We just, it's a shame because when we asked the same question about the women the day before, I think 92% of women said no. And 8% of women said yes, they'd date a short man. Little man talking about, 80% of you little man. Yeah, we'll take a taller woman. Well, the new people poll question is up. And originally I wasn't going to go for a hurricane question for people poll question, but we'll do it. Art put it up there already. And it was, to me, a fairly obvious answer for this. Something like, and you can go to the WendyWilliamsExperience.com to find out, do you think that the government is doing enough for the hurricane victims in New Orleans? Of course, your answer is going to be no, and we should get very, very high no's on that one. But it's your people poll question, so you go. Jacqueline, however, is people polling questioning along the lines that I wanted to do, which is anything but hurricane. We talk about it and so on and so forth here on the show. Jacqueline says she likes the question, did you marry? Well, we can't do it then.
Yeah, I was letting you know. In case you went to it.
All right, well.
I want to cut a couple of them out.
Quickly.
All right.
Did you marry your plan A? And or did you settle for your plan B? That's for the ladies and gentlemen. Did you marry your plan A, or did you settle for marrying your plan B? That's for married people. weird thing is I settled the first time and married a plan B. Because I never had it, like, there's a particular kind of guy, and then just finding the kind of guy with the personality that was within that bracket. And that is, you know, that block thing, that done, that, and I never outgrew that, and I always thought that I would. And I never thought that would be something that I would still be into in terms of a type of person, and, you know, and then find somebody who could mesh into my actual lifestyle, you know, from that done block thing mentality thing. And I did. So I ended up marrying my plan A after slumming with plan B. The plan B was somebody who, you know, I thought society wants to see people marry. You know, I'm a nice girl from New Jersey. I thought I was supposed to marry, you know, this well-educated, you know, black man. A Morehouse man at that. Wow, right? Right? Isn't that what you think? I thought my parents, society, I thought even I was brainwashed myself for a moment. Ooh, I think this is what I'm supposed to date and what I'm supposed to marry, but I always had a dude in the projects. Like in college, you know what I'm saying? Like you have somebody on campus, but you always have that dude in the one that you think, you know, oh, I can't bring him out, but damn, I love, you know, being with, you know, son. You know, I laugh the hardest. You know, the love is the better. You know, but no, it's, you know what I mean? And then, so, you know, then I grew up and I said, I'm going to be who I want to be. I'm going to do what I want to do. It's my prerogative, as Britney Spears would say. And so then the rest is history. And so, you know, plan A, thank God. Jacqueline, that's a good question. We have to get to that, like on Monday, though. Because right now there's a different one on the people poll. So anyway, I have for you for advice. You know what? Forget that. Just, you know, fix that for the next time. For the next, you know. All right, I have for you from Jennifer Lopez head right to your ears. 7 things that Jen can't do without in terms of fall fashion. Okay, so number 1. She says earrings. Women should never go without earrings. You can go without bracelets and necklaces, she says, but not earrings. Passing on them is an opportunity missed. This is advice from Jen Lopez for your closet. She also says flats. 7 things a woman can't do without flats. She says, I do wear flats. Number 3, something feminine. Like she says, she has a street style, but she always, you know, has this little sexy feminine style too. In other words, something frilly, lacy, ruffly. Number 4, these are 7 things Jennifer Lopez can't do without. She says, right now, I'm liking hats with brims and round domes. The fedora, no, not the fedora. They've had their moment. Number 5, she likes to layer. A button-down shirt with a V-neck sweater and a blazer. Oh, too many layers. I'm so conscious about that. I don't want to add any more thickness, inches, or whatever. I wince at the thought of wearing a cable knit sweater. Like, oh, too much thickness. But Jen loves the layering. Jennifer Lopez also says she can't stop wearing her D-squared jeans. They feel so comfortable and relaxed. And for you, I would say she's not necessarily talking about you getting D-squared, but just jeans, a great pair of jeans. She says she loves white T-shirts and bulky sweaters. Always in her closet, fresh, crisp white T-shirts, and she loves bulky sweaters. She says the sweaters are not a cover-up thing, they're a warmth thing. And 3 things that she has to have for fall: dresses, sunglasses, and big bag. She loves dresses. She says you can go long or short, to the floor, middle, or up to, you know, your top of your thighs. She says dresses are like one outfit in one piece. You can throw it on day or night or at work and go to dinner. Just great. Sunglasses, she loves them big and oversized. The aviator look she loves, kind of like the old Porsche design glasses. Remember them? I remember I used my mom's credit card and got some Porsche glasses when you remember the ones where the frames popped out? They were $99. And that was a big, big deal. And I got some on my mom's credit card when I was in college. I wanted to be cool. Now $99 is like nothing to pay for sunglasses. You know what I mean? Like everybody's charging so much. It's crazy. And a big bag. You know, one of those bags you can put your whole life in your handbag and you go on about your business. I'm not talking about a tote bag. I'm talking about, you know, a purse. I like my big bag to hold right here, right in the clutch of my elbow. I don't like bags that hang on my shoulders. I always feel somehow like that's giving somebody too much advantage to run up behind me and grab it and keep going. You know, when you crook it on your elbow right here. So I like big bags, but I like them to be right here. Anyway, those are the 7 things that Jennifer Lopez can't live without. Plus, you got the 3 things that she has to have for fall. And in terms of these websites, oh my gosh, I've got some beauties for you guys. How about Post Secrets? postsecrets.blogspot.com. Does that make sense as far as web use, Art? I'm reading this from an article. postsecrets.blogspot.com. Anyway, that's where people write their deepest secrets on postcards and mail them in, and you won't believe some of the stuff that they say. Very compelling. Also, freemoneyfinance.com. freemoneyfinance.com. It's a personal finance website that offers simple, practical information on getting the most of your money. So I'll say that again, freemoneyfinance.com. I told you I was going to give you some great websites today. How about gofugyourself.com, F-U-G. Yes, it is a site, and that is the name. There's a whole bunch of entertainment stuff on there. It also showcases the worst dressed celebrities and crowded spots and not so kind pictures and commentary and everything. So that's www.gofugyourself. I'm sorry, the R is in. Okay. Also, there's a website called tvsquad.com and another one called cinematical.com. If you're a fan of TV or movies, you'll love the articles, the insight, and the gossip. How about luxist.com? luxist.com. Okay. There's a lot of stuff that most of us will never be able to afford. It's like that ultra rich shopping stuff that's just fun to browse. It's just fun to look at. Kind of like the Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog, you know, where they're selling airplanes for, $150,000. They want you to call 1-800 and swipe your credit card through them and they'll deliver the plane to your... You know what I mean? Like that crazy... If you just love to window shop the way the other side shops for real, luxist.com. How about bloggingbaby.com? They describe themselves as an online magazine about pregnancy, baby care, and parenting. Bloggingbaby.com. They've got great articles and news and advice for parents of young children. Bloggingbaby.com. How about this one for the foodies? Kip, K-I-P like pony, kiplog.com/food. This is not the website to go to if you're hungry because, wow. They have tidbits about cooking, eating, drinking. Food blog is for you if this sounds interesting to you. They have photos that'll make your mouth water. The list of the... Just go there. Good one. It's a good one. So, those are my websites. I hope that they're helpful. I know the weekend's coming. A lot of people will be sitting around their computers. What are you doing this weekend? How much time on the break? I want to know where am I going from here?
2.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then, hold on. Listen to what Deborah Messing says. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Here we go. Here's the specs. Dear Wendy, I'm 23 years old. My fiance and I are both very successful in our careers, and we live in a 3-bedroom house with 2 children. His mother and I are very, very close. I love her to death, but recently she came to live with us. I thought it was going to be temporary, but my fiance wants his mother to live with us forever. How do I tell him that I don't want his mother to live with us without sounding mean or selfish? Now, don't get me wrong. My soon-to-be mother-in-law is wonderful, but I just want my own space with just my immediate family. What would you do in this situation? I'd nip it in the bud before any more plans get made concerning the wedding, because this, my friend, could be a deal breaker. Right here is the turning point of, is he about you or is he about his mother? In a perfect world, he could be about both of you. He can help his mother find suitable housing right down the block from you, around the corner, in the same town, 2 towns over. No. to me, this is like the worst mistake. It's tough enough being married. I don't know whether his mom was ever married or not, or whether his father's passed on or what. You have 2 children and a fiance. Listen, no way. There's absolutely. What would I do? I would put my foot down. And I'd go to her first and talk to her woman to woman. Because a lot of times women understand that. And then go to your husband and let your husband know that you've talked to your mother, like you've kind of like handled it. And she was very amicable. I would go to her if you're such good girlfriends. And make sure to give it the boo-boo face. And be kind, but let her know. Leave no room for ambiguity.
I've been talking to this young lady. She called me at home and I was listening to your show. And she says that she doesn't know any straight guys that listen to the Wendy Williams show.
No, plenty of straight guys listen to the show.
All right, so yeah.
Ow.
So what should I tell her? Just
tell her
how you doing.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Okay. It's advice hour. You caught me dead in the middle of a salad. And the Wendy Williams Experience. Glamour magazine did this poll about men and cheating. And they break it down in percentages. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, hello.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you, girl?
Good.
That's good. I had a little problem, and I don't know, maybe you can help me. You're kind of outspoken, so I know you can help me with it.
Right,
I have a friend. We've been friends for about 15 years now, and she recently moved in with me a little while ago because she fell on hard times. And this friend is a really sweet person, but I honestly think, like, her marriage failed, and I feel like she's looking for love in all the wrong places, and I'm trying to find a way to talk to her to tell her that you're becoming very, very promiscuous without hurting her, because she's kind of like falling for anybody to keep from being alone.
Well, how long was she married?
She's been married about 10 years.
Yeah. And how old is she now?
She's 30.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
All right, I have a problem.
Okay.
All right, I like giving professionals to my baby, right?
To your child?
To my baby. I'm my man. Come on, don't play me, Wendy.
No, don't play me. I'm a mother. When I hear baby from anybody, I'm thinking that you, and even though it's professional, I'm thinking you're talking.
Okay, my man, baby.
Okay.
And I wear condoms because it's very messy, but some of the condoms are irritating my mouth. Do you know any condoms that won't irritate your mouth or something like that? Because they're really irritating me. Could you help me out? Hello?
You see, out of my control.
The verdict is out on my opinion of that. Sorry. And regarding a condom that's not going to irritate your mouth, sir, Art says that you can use lifestyle condoms and stop using condoms with fruity taste and all that stuff. That's what's irritating your mouth. And pardon my greasiness. It's just that, we've only been here for a certain amount of time. I started off the show, no microphones working, and now this. It is what it is. Glamour magazine, everybody, polled more than 100 men under 40 years old, asking them if they'd ever been tempted to stray. What a stupid question. I mean, you can ask women that too. Hell yeah. Please. And a whopping 91% of men said yes. The other 9% are clearly lying. They said tempted, not did you stray. Tempted. 51% of those guys said that they went on and cheated. So you ask, well, why did the guys who cheated cheat? 27% of them said that they cheated because the other person was irresistibly attractive. 17% of the guys who cheated said that I was flattered. She found me attractive. 15% of guys said they cheated because they were unhappy and felt unappreciated in their relationship. 13% of guys said that they did it because they knew they could get away with it. And 28% of guys gave their own reasons, ranging from she cheated on me, so turnabout's a fair game, to I was drunk and at the time it was good. I was about to end my relationship, so it wasn't really cheating, so I figured why not. One person even said, it's the animal in me. I can't and just don't want to control myself. And as far as the 49% of men who manage to stay faithful, even in the face of temptation, you ask why they didn't cheat, why they didn't stray. 33% of these guys said, I truly love my partner and I made a commitment. 18% of guys said that they couldn't live with the guilt of cheating, so they didn't cheat. 14% of guys felt that, hello, test 1, 2. What are they working on the transmitter? I've touched nothing. All of a sudden I get a drop out in my ears. Are they working on a transmitter?
No, just turn it down.
No, but that's my headphones. Can you turn them back up? Yes.
You'll make me deaf.
Well, our headphones are controlled on the same jack. Oh my gosh. It is what it is.
It's ridiculous.
18% of guys, they said they couldn't live with the guilt, so they didn't cheat. 14% felt that the flirting itself was enough excitement. 12% of the guys who didn't cheat said they were afraid of getting caught. 23% of the guys gave the reason as sex is sex. If you have good sexual partner, you don't need to go elsewhere. And another set of guys said it's not worth the hurt that would cause. How good could the sex be with the person that they would have cheated with? So, a lot of women ask that eternal question. Why did he cheat? Why do men cheat? Why do women cheat? Hell, women do it just as much. It's just less documented because we're slicker with our oosh than they are. And we're usually driven to it for different reasons, too. And usually when we're driven to it, in a lot of cases, look out, because there's emotions attached to it. Like, it's not just to hit the skins and scram. It's somebody that you seriously are feeling more than your partner. And you've gotten all soft and pink about it. Anyway. Pardon me. Advice Hour is still on. Don't forget, everybody, that tonight BET is doing their thing with Hurricane Katrina. David Banner and Juvenile, Jamie Foxx, Kimora Simmons, Master P, Morgan Freeman, Puffy, and Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige. Everybody's going to be on there. So my advice to you, since Advice Hour is still on, is that if by chance you haven't found a worthy cause to donate, whether it's money, food, clothing, canned goods, whatever, then it's not too late. It's not too late. They're still in the beginning stages of this disaster. By the way, I want to talk with you about the whole FEMA thing and what all's going on with FEMA, because right now it doesn't seem like that's the place to donate. But Save Ourselves, that's what the BET Relief-thon is all about. They're having their telethon, and I'm sure there'll be blinking telephone numbers across the bottom of the screen, and you'll be able to call up and pledge your money. Please do so. And shout out once again to everybody who listened and pledged on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning for the Wendy Williams Experience Disaster Relief Radiothon. You guys pledged right under $100,000. It's like 94, 96, something right under there. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Most of all, the American Red Cross appreciates it. The money all went directly to the American Red Cross. No money stopped right here in my lap, in my bag. We went to the American Red Cross. So, you rode out with me. It was a 12-hour radiothon, and it was a resounding success. So thank you very much. And the Hour of Truth is coming up next right here on the Wendy Williams Experience.
Wendy, man.
I'm constantly sleeping with my baby's daddy. He is engaged to get married to someone else. Should I give it all up and say, well, I tried to have a relationship here?
You can't have a relationship. He's engaged to somebody else. He's about to get married. Really, I just can't take it.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
It's the Wendy Williams Experience. I put so much Aquanet and stuff in my hair today. It's perfectly popped, and the headphones flatten it each time I put them on. I hate it. They got to make a headphone invention for women in radio. Something that I'm sure I'm not the only, woman on the radio who complains about the flattening effect. Or maybe I simply should put hair on my headphones to continue it. So when I put them on, there's actually hair sewn onto the headphones. I could just keep it going. That could be an invention. Mm-hmm. Anyway, everyone. Weeds, the show that I have yet to see on Showtime. Alex has reminded me that there are going to be 5 episodes playing back-to-back tomorrow on Showtime. For those of you interested, my girlfriend Lisa loves that show. He says that it normally runs on Monday at 10 p.m. for those of you who want to get in on it. Tyra Banks' show debuts on Monday. And, well, you know, India Arie is doing the theme song. The critics have been not doing such favorable reviews on the show thus far. I want to check it out. I don't know what time it comes on where you are. I think in New York it's supposed to be coming on at like 9 o'clock in the morning, which is a good time since I don't watch Montel. I like Regis and Kelly, but I like more their opening banter, like the coffee talk, and then depending on the guests, usually I'm out of there, and I'll change over to a judge show or something like that. C. Murder is not missing; he's alive and well. I had asked the question, "What has become of him?" earlier. Actually, I've been asking that since the beginning. You know, thinking about Master P and, you know, how he was missing family members, but he's relocated now everybody. His father, his sister-in-law, and C. Murder. C. Murder was actually originally in prison in Gretna, Louisiana, and then the hurricane struck on the 29th, and, you know, as we know, the worst national disaster in the history. But he's alive, and they've shipped him off to Angola. Now, the Louisiana State Penitentiary at Angola is known to be one of the roughest prisons in the country, according to what I'm reading here. And it's housing the state's most notorious and violent criminals. So, C. Murder, wow. Wow. Now, the officials yesterday are saying that they started transferring almost 1,000 inmates out of the flooded prison where he was originally. Some of the prisoners were flooded out and fled for their lives. So there are some prisoners out there, but C. Murder is not one of them. And the U.S. Marshals took a batch of inmates to federal prison in Florida, and another load is slated to make the trip today. So, in the meantime, there's something printed in the Washington Times today saying that more than 220 looting suspects and others accused of violence in New Orleans in the wake of the hurricane have been taken to makeshift city jails. There's actually one particular jail, and they call it Camp Greyhound in New Orleans. It's actually a bus terminal there, and they're awaiting to be transferred out of town to prisons. The arrests and transfers are being monitored by the Justice Department, apparently, and the Louisiana Attorney General's office to ensure that the proper legal procedures are followed. They say another 1,000 inmates in Louisiana, you know, are being moved, and another 460 are supposed to be moved. In other words, they've got the whole prisoner thing on lockdown, but there are people still suffering in Louisiana. And so, once again, don't forget BET is doing their thon tonight. And for those of you listening in New York on my flagship radio station, WBLS, you know, we're going to be broadcasting the BET telethon. It starts tonight at 7:30. And it goes till 10 o'clock at night. And there's going to be all kinds of performances and stuff. And keep in mind, as you're watching, they want you to watch with your credit card and an open heart. Wendy, the other day you made mention of Lisa Ray's wedding in the Turks and Caicos, wanting to know, do you need a special plane to get there? And how long is the plane ride? Yeah. I'm not going to be able to go to the wedding, but and she invited me. Thank you again, Lisa Ray, for that. But yeah, you know, I did want to know, well, how do you get there and how far is it and so on and so forth. Well, this person faxing's name is Nancy, and she says that the Turks and Caicos is only 3.5 hours away from New York, and she says it's a island in the Caribbean, and she's going to visit there actually in November. She says that they have a great family resort called Beaches, which is they have like a Sesame Street type thing going on there and whatnot. So For those of you looking for a new vacation spot, the fabulous Lisa Ray will be the boss of the island in just a matter of moments. The wedding is actually in December. Her wedding, I think, is like December 24th, the day before Christmas. The Christmas Eve wedding. So the FEMA director is going to be fired soon, sources say. Well, he's under a lot of criticism. His name is Michael Brown. You probably already heard this story, but he's under a lot of criticism due to his management of the Hurricane Katrina situation. Plus, there's some discrepancies in his resume. Now, according to the Homeland Security Secretary, Chief Michael Chernoff, and also the people over at the Coast Guard, he hasn't been doing, well, the best job before coming to the agency. This guy, Michael Chernoff, before starting with, Michael Brown, before starting with FEMA. They say his resume said that he was a top official of Arabian horses for the Arabian Horse Association. And Time magazine reported this week that his background included a big role in the emergency services in Oklahoma and his work for, as a professor at Central State. They're saying that these things are, discrepancies on his resume. Another discrepancy that they're saying is that he's claiming that between 1975 and 1978, he was overseeing the emergency service division there in D.C. Wow. In the meantime, President Bush on September 5th is quoted as saying, "Brownie," that's what I guess Bush calls Michael Brown. "Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director has been working 24 hours. That's what the president said. And the crowd burst into applause. In the meantime, this guy's about to be ousted for not doing a good job at all. October's just around the corner. And so, before I tell you that, Chevelle, no, I did not know this. I did not know this about VH1. Chevelle says, "Girl, can you believe your station VH1 is giving Flavor Flav a television show?" She says, "While browsing Craigslist.com looking for makeup and hair jobs, I couldn't believe that they were looking for single ladies to date Flavor Flav." Can you believe that? Well, somewhere in my pile of crap, I got there's a big tryout going on someplace. Actually, I think I threw it away. I think I consciously made a decision to ignore it because unbelievable. The next Wendy Williams is on Fire show is sitting collecting dust, and Flavor Flav is getting cast in for a show. Unbelievable. I just got past the former FEMA director was Michael Brown's college roommate. Oh, the FEMA director before Michael Brown was Michael Brown's college roommate. That's what Hallie says, one of our interns. Wow. So in other words, he was given the job and told how to zhuzh up his resume to make it look impressive. And they didn't expect a national disaster would happen where his card would be pulled because he'd actually have to do work. It happens every day in America and around the country. People are given jobs like that, and then when they really have to do their job, they're not, qualified to step up to the plate.
Yeah, like you.
The Price is Right. They played a rerun, and they've been talking about this in the news. The winner of The Price is Right for that particular day got a trip to New Orleans, and so they felt as though, of course, why didn't you all look at that? It's a re-damn run. Why didn't you look at it? That's the second time something like this has happened. Earlier in the week, I reported that the People's Court aired a show where Judge Marilyn Millian was trying a case regarding a photographer that did not show up to a wedding, and the bride was suing the photographer. And apparently the photographer didn't show up because he was trapped in a hurricane. So, Bill Bellamy, friend to the show. Urban Works Entertainment is going to release the DVD with Bill Bellamy called Bill Bellamy, Back to My Roots. Excuse me. I don't like the way it's going down either. But because I choose to carry a big damn bag, this is the problem with these new cell phones. And I don't even consider mine so up to the minute. But damn it, what happened to the cell phones from the early 90s? Big, you could just, when they ring, the light was so bright it flashed like a flat. Look, it stopped. I still haven't gotten to it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't. Oh, I know. And how crazy did it look, me going through my bag all crazy, like with the big hair going everywhere, right? Anyway, Bill Bellamy, Back to My Roots, September 20th, it'll be out on DVD. The DVD is also going to be featured on Comedy Central in October. Boy, they're just trying to close in those Dave Chappelle ranks, aren't they? Mm-hmm. There's a theft case against Ray Charles Engineer that was thrown out of court. Apparently, this all went down yesterday in Los Angeles. An audio engineer was accused of stealing recordings belonging to the late Ray Charles. His name is Terry Howard. He's 48 years old, and he worked with Ray Charles for about 20 years until his death last June. And he was arrested in February, this Terry Howard, and dozens of recordings belonging to Ray Charles Enterprise were seized from his home. But the Los Angeles court judge, Samuel Meyerson, dismissed the case after less than 2 days of preliminary hearings because it was there wasn't enough evidence. There wasn't enough evidence. In the meantime, Mr. Howard might have been up to no good, but he released this statement. I wouldn't do that. He was like a father to me. What is that? What is that? All kinds of nuttiness going on. Was that in my head or did everyone hear that? Okay. The fax machine's in the other room though, so now I repeat, what was that noise? Ooh. Okay, so 7 things every girl needs in October. A great pair of jeans, a favorite dollar store. Oh, yeah, they're the best. A strand of pearls, a map or MapQuest, or there's a new telephone. Oh, never mind. With the MapQuest on it. I would imagine that's not new. They're just highlighting it. Yeah, that's not new, right? Okay, you have one. Okay. Every girl for October also needs someone who tells you like it is. Like, who's not going to sugarcoat it. And every girl needs for October something to look forward to. And every girl needs for October a jack-o'-lantern. Why? This is a white person who wrote this, wasn't it? Okay, sorry, sisters. Shout out to the white people. We love you all. But we can always tell when you all are behind something. Keep it where you got it. You too, Snowflake. We'll be back.
Wendy, man.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi.
My boyfriend gave himself a wet pussy or whatever. He said he almost burnt his off.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
The Wendy Williams Experience is on the radio, everyone. Shout out to the girls with the big feet. I got a new place for you to check out. I have a website. It's called SamanthaShoes.com. Excuse me. It's not Samantha. Oh, it's Samantha. Okay, so she's going to be missing mad hits with that one. Samantha. Is that like Anthony Hardaway? Samantha. So that would be SAMANTA. Samantha, not THA. SamanthaShoes.com. Run everything together. Shoes is a small s, by the way. So run it together like one word. They have quality, affordable shoes. They're priced between like $150 and $200 for shoes, and $200 and $300 is the price point for the boots and the bags and stuff. And, I'm always looking for new places to shoe shop. And I never heard of this company. And they sent me some shoes. And they're actually pretty nice. They sent me a note along with them. They've done Tyra Banks and Christy Brinkley. and Queen Latifah, Victoria Gotti. So clearly they have regular size shoes too. Lauryn Hill, the cast of The View, Free from 106 in Park. And they've been featured in a lot of magazines, including Lucky and In Style and Essence and the Footwear News, Footwear Plus, and Latina magazine and whatnot. So, there's another place for you to shop. The shoes go up to at least a size 12 because the ones that they sent me, look at these girls. The ones that they sent me are size 12s. They're a tight 12. So if you wear an 11, you should go to a 12 if you're going to order these shoes. But they have their own label inside and stuff. They're cute and brown. They got a real pointy toe and, 4-inch heel. What is this? 3.5 inches, 4 inches. High. It's high. It looks nice. They look nice. Yeah. So thank you, Samantha Shoes. I'll be visiting your website in between commercial breaks here. Fashion Week has kicked off already in New York. And that Lamb ticket, boy, I would love to go to that fashion show. Gwen Stefani's. Lamb is a must-see fashion show. Everybody's talking about Marc Jacobs fashion show. What they're showing is spring 2006 stuff. Why can't they ever show stuff that's right in the moment? Fall 2005. That way, if we like what we see, because you guys, even though a lot of you wouldn't be going to, a Fashion Week fashion show, you'll see all the pictures in magazines and stuff like that right after. I talk about my mud jeans from Kohl's. I'm an equal opportunity shopper, I like high, I like low. And when I think low in terms of, affordable jeans and stuff, I go right to Kohl's where they have the best selection of mud jeans and Paris blue jeans. And they actually have a nice feminine selection of Levi's also, But Ashanti just did a photo shoot. She's a Mud spokesperson. Mud apparently is calling the collection Delicious Curves. That's what I like about the Mud jeans. They fit well. They really do. This is not a commercial for Mud jeans, but I've talked about them. I get my Mud jeans at Kohl's. It's the only reason why I go to Kohl's. And I like the juniors department. They have the Mud jeans and the Paris blue jeans. So now Ashanti has discovered my little secret. And she's the spokesperson for Mud jeans. And by the way, Ashanti's also on the fragrance bandwagon. Okay, her fragrance will be out in November, and it's called Precious Jewel, in case you're interested. No word on whether it's where it's going to be sold or what, but or the price denominations, but Precious Jewel from Ashanti. Look for the fragrance in the fall. In November. I guess that would be a piece of fall into winter. So last weekend, T.I. helped raise $263,000 for hurricane relief. Wow. And he did that by spending more than 7 hours with a radiothon at V103 in Atlanta. Very good. How was that, T.I.? And then everybody called up and they raised money. And the money raised was actually donated to the Mississippi based organization Heal the Hood. Heal the Hood is a foundation that David Banner is behind. So $263,000. I trust that all the money will be, I've never heard of this foundation. But David Banner's behind it. David Banner's, from the Gulf region. David Banner's been very emotional about what has happened, not just to his personal property, but, his people down there. And disgusted with the government as well. So, Chris Tucker has apparently made some enemies with the organization MoveOn.org. It's a group that has been linked to the NAACP to provide relief for Hurricane Katrina. But according to the New York Daily News, Chris Tucker was supposed to do a recording session, taping a bunch of public service announcements for the group and their website. And they sent a car for him and reserved the studio space. And he showed up late, and then he spent like a half hour in the limo talking on the cell phone, and then he drove off. The car drove off with him in it. He never got out of the car and had the nerve and had the nerve to tell the driver to return him to his hotel and wait for him to get ready to go out to the club. You're going to hell, Chris Tucker. You are going to hell. Dear Wendy, did you know that Busy Bone was molested as a child? So why would you ask him about sleeping with a man? I think that's something he'd like to forget. That's from Jay. Jay, where were you when Busy Bone was actually here in the studio? I know. You were just thinking about the week's worth of radio and so on and so forth. No, I understand he was molested as a child. But what I was asking him was different from that. Does he sleep with men currently, you know, like that? Two different questions. Certainly, if his answer was yes, and I don't recall his answer, I think we have it in Best Of Show. Which I don't know when we're going to get around to that. We're so busy around here. I'm too busy to take a day off to play a Best Of Show. But no, there was two unrelated questions. R. Kelly was in Chicago in a courtroom earlier today, and he asked the judge for permission to leave Chicago to travel to New York so that he could deal with the legal matters regarding his lawsuit that he filed against Jay-Z last November for kicking him off the Best of Both World tours. Now, while he's trying to sue Jay-Z, he's still awaiting his child pornography charges in Chicago. He was granted permission. He'll be in New York next week. And then he's due back in criminal court regarding those children he's alleged to have molested on October 7th. All right, everybody. Your phone calls are appreciated. The phone lines are open.
I met up with this guy. We were together. We were at his house. And why do you think his thing wouldn't work? Do you think maybe he's...
How you doing?
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hi, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience here on the radio if you're just turning us on. Hey, now. Bobby Trendy, remember him from the Anna Nicole Smith show? I so wanted him on this show at some particular, to the highest power. Boy, is he gay. Well, he's doing a benefit for Hurricane Katrina tonight in Los Angeles. Everybody's doing their part to try to help out. You all should use some caution, though. You know, a lot of things come up regarding, and all the proceeds are going to go to benefit Hurricane Katrina. People throwing parties and people, you know, having benefits. I'm not saying that they don't have good in their heart. You know, not everybody's a charlatan and a thief, but you have to understand that this is the perfect opportunity to prey on bleeding hearts and open wallets. And there are people who will chance their ticket to hell, you know, chance it all on robbing you to say it's going to benefit something else. And you know that. I'm not saying, you know, the community barbecue in your community, they're not going to send the proceeds to the victims of Hurricane Katrina, but that's always a possibility. If you're paying your $5 or $10 to get into a barbecue and you're paying by cash and, you know, the money's not getting, you know, it's not a check or a credit card or anything like that. And you would like to think that your cousin Pookie is doing the honest thing by throwing the barbecue to benefit the victims of Hurricane Katrina. And he very well could be, you know, or the local nightclub, you know. But, I don't know. I just, in situations like that, I always err on the side of caution. I just rather, if I'm going to donate to a large, reputable organization. And even then, we're skeptical. But, you know, just be careful. Somebody asked me to get involved in something earlier this week. I was approached about getting involved in a particular promoter wanted to do something at a particular club. And the normal fee to get into the club, I don't know what it is. I guess it's $25 because the promoter, in doing his pitch, he said we'll double the admission that night and all proceeds will go to benefit the victims. So he was going to charge $50 that night. And I said, and what about the bar? He said, you know, I'll keep the bar and we'll do the door for the victims. And I politely said no, but I looked at him like, hell no.
Put that where?
You know what I'm saying? First of all, when you have a nightclub, you are in to win, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just, how many times have I said, you know what I'm saying? I apologize for that. But I did not, now maybe he was going to do the right thing. But 90% of me believed, and you aren't attaching my name to something like that. That's why I did my work right here on the radio. Not a dime stopped in my name, in my studio. It all went directly your pledges, and you all pledged $90-something thousand. Your pledges, your checks, your credit cards, all that, went immediately to the American Red Cross. Because if you're like me, then you're a skeptic. Even in times of hardship, I'm more apt to believe people are out to rip you off. Do you ever drop money up at the 7-Eleven or the Wawa, wherever you go, buy your gum and coffee or whatever? I never do that. I don't believe that the store owners do that. I believe that people... Personally speaking, I think karma will come back around to bite you when you rob and steal at a time of need. Now, we all lie, and to a degree, pinch this, pinch that. Me, I take the stems off the cherries. I'm not paying £1 for cherries, and half of the pound is made up in stem weight. You know what I mean? That's robbing and stealing. I break down the collard greens. When I'm making fresh collard greens and spinach for my family, I stand right there and I take the stalks off. I've been kicked out of the best produce aisles across New Jersey. They kick you out. Hello, excuse me, you can't do that. My mom and I together standing there de-stemming cherries. But when you do that under the guise of these victims, forget about it. That's a fast ticket to hell. That's what I think. Shout out to, New Yorkers particularly. Shout out to everybody in D.C. And shout out to the whole tri-state. Shout out to Pennsylvania. We're also, a plane went down. We are about to come around to another 9/11. Sunday is September 11th. And those two beams of light, go in the sky. And they can be seen from miles away. We live 15 miles outside of New York City, and we see the beams just absolutely as clear as day. And every 9/11, it's like, go out on the deck. And, this year my son will be able to understand the story better because he's 5. I'll explain the story. And that's going to be part of my weekend activity. The beams of light, in the sky. It's just, oh, gosh, all those souls, So that's what's going on, I know, with thousands of people. Millions of people. What am I saying? New York is what? 14 million people? They say, wait, the Curtis Blow story said 8 million stories. Oh, ha, ha, ha. That was Curtis Blow or Grandmaster Flash and them?
No, Curtis Blow.
Yeah. But I think he was only including the 5 boroughs. He wasn't including out in Long Island, Jersey, Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is also part of the New York tri-state area. So, millions of people would be mourning and reflecting this weekend. we Katrina just happened, and here we are on 9/11. There's going to be a quilt showing at the Marriott in the Financial Center, that Marriott was like right there at ground zero practically, I remember seeing it on the news. Anyway, that's going to be happening this weekend. But a whole lot of stuff is going to be going on regarding that this weekend. And overlapped with the Katrina stuff. It's just, one big disaster out there. Wendy, the noise that you heard earlier indicates that you've missed a phone call on your cell phone or your voicemail.
No, that was the ISD alarm.
Oh, it was? Oh. Maya in Philly wants to remind us all that the preview for Being Bonaducci on VH1 is, is Sunday night. I'm watching. I know you just played the crickets. I'm watching. I'm glad you reminded me, Maya. I want to see. It wouldn't be interesting if he was, clean and sober, like he said, for all those years. But the fact that he just had a relapse, the drama.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he relapsed. He went back in rehab for like 30 or 60 days. He just got out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, he's getting high again. And he lost his radio jobs and all kind of crap has been going on with him. Hey, China. It happens. It happens. Being Bonaducci. I'm going to watch that. Puffy reportedly is in talks about opening a hotel in Atlantic City, bearing his name, of course. Wow. Now, what name would that be? Would that be Sean Combs, Diddy Bop? What would that be? Hello?
Hey, Wendy, it's Big Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
How you doing?
Good. Nice to have you here.
Good. I don't know if I haven't been listening to the show today, but I don't know if you discussed Fashion Rocks last night because I was there.
No. How was it?
It was excellent. A very good show. It's going to be on tonight on CBS, but I wanted to call about the two couples that I saw there.
Who?
Well, it's nice to know that Nelly and Ashanti are still together.
Wow.
They came with a very huge sloppy bodyguard.
Wow.
And Nelly performed with Pharrell. Not the greatest performance of the night.
Okay.
But that was okay. And Eva Pickford, I think is her name, from America's Next Top Model, and Henry Simmons, the black guy who used to be on NYPD Blue.
Yeah.
They came together.
Wow. Did they look coupley? Like, were they holding hands?
Well, they looked very coupley. Neither one of them had any reason to be there, no reason to be there. And when I saw them together, they were sitting together and they walked in together.
Wow.
Very coupley. And, but it was a great show. So I was there because Billy was there.
Yes.
He's performing with Lisa Marie Presley.
Billy Idol, everybody.
Yes.
Big Rosie has a sort of relationship of sorts going on with him.
So he did his thing last night. And guess who was in the house? You would be happy to know. Iman and David Bowie, who you always confuse.
Yeah, with Billy Idol, exactly. So wait a minute. So now, what did you and Billy do after the show?
Well, the after party was at the Rainbow Room, and it was very crowded and very packed. Billy performed last, so half the place had already moved on over there, and the elevators broke down. So it was not much of an after party for some people. We were out on the street with Cameron Manheim and. Oh God, who was that other person? This other actress that's out there, I forgot. But that was pretty much it. So the night was pretty much dead. I came home.
Boy, you're so fabulous. Thank you for filing a report. So that's on CBS tonight, Fashion Rocks?
It's on CBS tonight, and Gwen Stefani is there. Diddy showed up, almost ruined the show. But
wow, why?
He had absolutely no reason to be there. It was supposed to, he, I guess, was the surprise guest of the night. And to me, if he didn't learn that he's already overexposed, then, that's just adding fuel to the fire for me.
All right, Rosie, thanks for the call.
All right, hon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's always fun talking to her. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, what's up, Wendy?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. You met me before, and I'll tell you about that later, but I got it to the limit. I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
All right. I met this girl at the Pancake House up in Princeton. She goes to Princeton, New Jersey. And she invited me to her dormitory. I went up to her dorm. Push come to shove, you know what I mean? I was kissing on her. She let me go down on her, right? And I even gave her the 3 fingers and everything.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm getting the draws or whatever, Wendy. What happened was she's like, I can't do this. And I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, well, my religion says I can't have sex till I get married. And I'm thinking like, okay. But Wendy, she took 3 fingers. She said she's a virgin, but she took 3 fingers.
Your fingers might not be long enough to have broken her hymen.
I was killing it, Wendy. I mean, I'm just
okay,
saying,
so then she used you for a professional the way you use us for a professional. And what? Turnabout's a fair game. Thanks for calling. Bye. Hello?
Hey, Wendy?
Huh?
Hi. Hey, Wendy?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ricardo.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, I'm calling because, actually, I need some advice.
Okay.
I just want to say I listen to the show every day.
Thanks.
And, I'm kind of nervous right now, but I'm calling because I want to be a producer, but then I hear the show and I hear about all the crazy stuff the celebrities do and all the shenanigans that they pull off, and I'm like thinking, do I really want to get into this career? So that's my question.
That's not a question. Oh, do you really want to get into it?
Well, I mean, I do, but it's like, I just think, well,
you have to decide whether you're built for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
at the end of all the craziness, people wouldn't be doing it if they didn't love what they do.
Exactly.
And so, how old are you?
I'm 20. I'm about to be 20.
Well, I would have a plan B, definitely.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, this is a very fun business.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Even with all the complaining.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. I wish you well.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Hello?
Hi, Wendy.
Hey, it's Wendy, yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Wendy, I have to tell you, you really inspire me.
Thank you.
And let me tell you, I have to go to Dr. Jones. You make me call Dr. Jones. I'm supposed to go and get a surgery with him.
Yeah, that's my New York plastic surgeon, everybody.
Yes. And every time we have a family gathering, your name always come up. Always. So tell my aunt now they're rolling their eyes. Oh, I'm tired of you and Wendy this and Wendy that and Wendy the other. I just want to tell you how much I love you.
Thank you. What are you getting done at Dr. Jones?
It's very high in black people, the cyst that grows underneath your arm.
Yes.
I've been having that for like 10 years. And I go to several doctors and they can, do nothing about it, dermatologists and all of that. I'm tired of taking medications for that. So we're going to go and just go into surgery.
Oh, good.
And get it done.
Well, thank you for listening to the show and including me in on your family
thank you.
functions.
And I went to the Laugh Factory, too, and I take all my family, but we didn't get to meet you because we got there like 10 minutes late.
Oh.
Yeah, but you look fabulous.
Thank you.
I like your big hair.
Thank
and I
you.
look at Fox 5 and see you there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Wendy, man.
Me and my wife have been married for 15 years. They threatened to leave.
What did you do?
Had a problem with drugs.
You got the drug voice.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Just asking, what's your drug of choice?
You name it.
Coke?
Yeah.
Weed?
Yeah.
Crack?
Yeah.
Heroin?
Yeah.
E-pills?
Yeah.
Whippets?
Alcohol.
Gorilla?
Yeah.
PCP?
Yeah.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Wow.
Okay, today's R&B and classic soul lives here at 107.5 WBLS. Don't forget tonight at 7:30, BET is doing their Save Our, what's the last S? Selves. Telethon in an effort to help out the people who have been victimized by Hurricane Katrina. And they shorten the Save Ourselves for SOS. It's the SOS Telethon. Lots of celebrities, and most importantly, remember to do something when you see the toll-free number, if you can afford to pledge. Between 7:30 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time, that's when BET is doing it. And here at WBLS, we are simulcasting it live, which means Vaughn Harper's got the evening off. Yay, Vaughn! Long weekend! You had Monday off because Labor Day, and then you have today off because of the simulcast.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday off for the Radiothon. Oh, it is a good week to be Vaughn Harper. Yeah, man. They should have come in and done him for best week ever for VH1, right? It's best week ever, 3 days off. Don't even have to put him down as vacation. He's being made to take off. But the important message here is that 7:30 tonight, which is a half hour into Vaughn's Quiet Storm show. At 7:30 tonight, BLS will be simulcasting the What's a Whoozin', the SOS. Listen, don't miss A Call to Men, Becoming a Part of the Solution. It's a national conference addressing men's violence against women. Domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault are the highlights on September 22nd and 23rd at John Jay College. If this is you or someone you know, you want to be a part of this, or if you're just interested in finding out more about domestic violence, okay? This is a big campaign that WBLS does. We don't love it. We don't tolerate it. We don't, we want to help. And so we've been doing a lot of different things concerning stopping violence in the home. So John Jay College is the place to be on September 22nd and 23rd. The college is located at 10th Avenue and 59th Street. And if you want more information about A Call to Men, Becoming a Part of the Solution, you can go on to acalltomen.org or simply call 212 in New York City, 385-0663. Okay, it's sponsored by Safe Horizon, Ultra, and John Jay College of Criminal Justice, as well as your radio station for today's R&B and Classic Soul and the Wendy Williams Experience, 107.5 WVLS. Hey everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. So when we were last talking with each other, we took phone calls and whatnot, but I was also telling you a story about Puffy and the reported talks that he's in to open a hotel of the fabulous nature, of course, in Atlantic City, and the hotel would bear his name. Well, he is said to be in talks with Cindy Crawford's husband, Randy Gerber, who has, all those whiskey bars. And, Randy Gerber is like really successful at that bar restaurant business. And he's currently, Randy is, planning a $3 billion Las Vegas resort with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. And so, Gerber's got money, Gerber's got experience and insight. So good luck, Puffy. Just couldn't see Jay-Z do the damn thing down there without ya. That's okay. I like the competitive spirit of their relationship. Ice Cube, please say it ain't so. O'Shea, come on. Out of all the little men in all the country, I would make an exception for. Yep. That whole, would you deal with a man shorter than you? You know what I mean? Ice Cube's eyebrows alone say he means business. No matter what. That's a little man with a big man's mentality. I like that. Shout out to his wife. Mm-hmm. From the outside, it appears like he doesn't give you a whole lot of fever regarding running around and tramping and stuff. I don't get stories about Ice Cube. And I'm glad. Now watch, because I said that, I'll get flooded with them. But, you know what I mean? Even if he's up to something, he must keep it on the, real hush. But anyway, say you didn't steal the concept for Barbershop from an unknown guy. Say you aren't like these rappers and singers who steal stuff from people buried in the cut in, one-horse towns in the country, and you feel as though their idea will never come to the attention of anybody, so you'll just steal it, not give credit, and use it. There's a man in Montgomery, Alabama, which is not exactly a one-horse town, but I'm sure if Ice Cube did do this, that he had no idea that this man would actually kick up dust, and make us think over this. So Barbershop went on to be a box office success. And there's a man in Montgomery, Alabama. His name is James Davis, and he says that Ice Cube stole his idea in a nutshell. Apparently, he got his copy written in 1999. Ice Cube got his done, with the film company there, MGM, in 2001, and the lawsuit is on, and the lawsuit is for $100 million. So, Ice Cube say it ain't so. Eve was in Barbershop, Cedric the Entertainer, yada, yada, yada. And the movie grossed $77 million worldwide, and it spawned 2 sequels. Barbershop 2 came out in 2004, and then and that was the one with the Back to Business title. And then this year, Beauty Shop, starring Queen Latifah, which was actually, a branch off of Barbershop with Kevin Bacon and Alicia Silverstone. But the 2 films together, collectively, Barbershop and Barber the sequel, took in $102 million estimated global box office receipts. So that's where he's going for $100 million. And, we'll see what happens with that. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, even though the girls are now 19 years old and they are out of the age range of their clothing line at Walmart. The clothing line is targeted for girls 5 to 12 years old. And they just launched their brand new fall line available at Walmart. And in terms of why they chose Walmart, well, to me, it just seems obvious. They're big, they're affordable, and affordable is popular with the masses. I mean, what's the point in making, $5,000 dresses when people don't wear that for the most part? But they say, we just wanted to connect with everyone. And they added that Walmart is a place where you can give your clothes to anyone and and people can afford them. Yeah. No, I don't like this. I picked it up at Walmart. It's a little too small. Here, have it. Like that. Right? That's true. That's how Mrs. Lopez gets a lot from me, boy. I'll tell you what. I get too lazy. I mean, I'm not at Walmart, but I get it at Target. Or even H&M. You go and you buy a shirt, it was $12. it's a little on the tight side or too loose or whatever. I said, here, Mrs. Lopez. Yeah. Hey, good child care. Treat those people right. And shout out to all the teachers and stuff. You all are part of that too. When Christmas comes around and at that end of the school little token for the teacher, well, you can cut the cost at the end of the school because by then you've gotten out of them what you need. You know, your kid is either passed or failed. But Christmas time, yeah, be thoughtful for your children's teachers or, you know, for your teacher. If you're in high school or whatever, you know, nothing wrong with that little brown nose gift. But also for the daycare workers, and if you have a babysitter or a nanny or something like that, hook them up and be kind to them. Mrs. Lopez's son had appendicitis earlier during the week, and I tried not to let it show, but I got the telephone call right in the middle of the show. You know, Mrs. Wendy, you know, and then she said her son's name. He's in the hospital, his stomach. So immediately I was like, oh, appendicitis, you know, she's got to get out. She's got to get out of the house. And I don't want her taking my kid over to the hospital to be a part of the melee because that is not her focus. Her own son is her focus, even though her job is my son. But she's such a good woman, you know. So I'm scrambling behind the scenes in between songs. Oh, yeah, it was going down. What? This was 2 days ago. It was going down and I was going to leave you all. I was going to leave my perch and I was going to try to fool you by doing a couple of breaks and putting them on tape and scared that, you know, Art would hit the button and the machine would break. You know, Hollywood. You put something on tape, you can't trust that it's going to be a seamless thing around here, you know. It could be a glitch in the system. Next thing you know, 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 next thing you know. And I'm doing it that many times because I know how you and Art are, and when I'm not around here, you put everything on autopilot and walk the hell out of the room, flirting and dirting out in the hall. Next thing you know, next thing you know, next thing you know, next thing you know. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You know, I love my brother and I love my sister-in-law, but that's not my they are not my go-to people. So I was, you know, a wreck. So thank God. Shout out to Zariah Hamlin and the fabulous attorney at law, Ray Hamlin, who keeps my behind out of trouble. Hey, Ray. They live near us, you know, and they're family friends as well as, you know, attorney. Zariah raced over to the house, picked up my scooter. Mrs. Lopez was out of there within like 10 minutes of the phone call to me. It was beautiful. And by the way, her son is fine and she's back to work and she never missed a day. And so, you know, that's why, you know, you re-gift that kind of stuff as opposed to like returning it if you can. Because, you know, take care of the people who take care of your kids for real. Look, I love you for listening today. Have a wonderful weekend and take care of each other. We'll talk again on Monday, God willing. Bye-bye.
These party people. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
I can't get over how much weight Hillary Duff has lost. I mean, she is so creepily skinny.
Yes, that's crazy.
She weighed 135 pounds a year ago, and now she's down to 115. But you know what? She probably feels as though she looks fabulous. Her teeth weigh more than her. She got the 2 new fake front teeth. She lied and said that she chipped her teeth on the microphone while she was singing. You don't need an excuse to if you want to, you know, buy some new teeth, you know, teeth or a nose or something like that. Why do people make excuse for surgeries? Oh, I fell down the steps and broke my nose. That's why I got my nose job. Whatever. Oh, I chipped my front teeth on the microphone. I was singing, and next thing you know, my teeth. Mm-hmm. You need to chip them on a pastrami sandwich. She is really skinny. Jeez. Anyway, everybody, keep it here. The bonus hour is coming up next, and the phone lines are open. 866-GET-WENDY. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and it's going to
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Let's take some calls from the request line. Caller number 1. Earlier today, she talked to radio host Wendy Williams.
Dateline's Hoda Kotb talked with New York radio DJ Wendy Williams.
Earlier this year on Wendy Williams' New York radio show.
Wendy Williams is a national syndicated radio personality. Jimmy's guest tonight, Wendy Williams.
is Wendy Williams, fast becoming the queen of all media.
She made her mark making celebrities extremely uncomfortable.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
That was a different way to be brought in. Couldn't you have attached something to that, like, this is the bonus hour? Do we need labels for everything, though?
Well, that wasn't really for the bonus hour.
Oh. It was nice, though. Welcome to the bonus hour, everybody. What are you going to have for dinner? I'm done. I ate a piece of cheesecake early today. I feel so guilty. I've had to go to the bathroom for like 3 hours, and I'm too embarrassed to stand up and go because I feel like, just like, that feeling. I have the nerve to have on a T-shirt tied up at the waist, and I was feeling really cute earlier today. Now I just feel like a mess. I ate almost the whole cheesecake, and it was all thick. You know when the cheesecake is all rich and... And, I have no kind of willpower. I ordered a salad from the deli and a piece of strawberry cheesecake. Well, I should have taken it as a sign when they messed up my order and they just sent me a container of strawberries. I should have just eaten them, fat ass, and just gone on with it. Not me. Here I go. Calling the deli, complaining. I didn't ask for a Tupperware container of strawberries. I asked for strawberry cheesecake. And then I was like, and furthermore, if your cheesecake with the strawberries is this natural mess, then I don't even want that. I want the strawberry cheesecake with the fructose sucrose. That thick, the thick syrup, the thick preservative added. I don't want fresh strawberries. I want all that. And I hope that it's with a tasty graham cracker crust. Exactly. Did you see it when it came in? Yeah. Man, listen. And it was a big piece of cheesecake. I'm thinking that they're going to send me a piece of cheesecake, look at the clock, from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. That sliver. You know what I'm saying? That piece right there. The cheesecake was a 12 p.m. to 3 p.m.er. Exactly. And here I go saying, okay, I'm only going to eat the graham cracker crust and some of the fructose sucrose. And instead, I ate from 12 o'clock to 2:30. And said, well, at least I left something. Exactly. Forget it. I'm done. Supposed to be meeting my writer, Karen Hunter. We're almost finished. My book project is due in like 3 weeks. We got it done, but we're like perfectionists and stuff. We're supposed to be having a book breakfast meeting, talk girlfriend, because we're friends too. Thing tomorrow at the old original Pancake House. Do you go there in Caldwell, New Jersey on Bloomfield Avenue? Love that place. What do you get? I like the crepes with the cherries. The cherries with the fructose sucrose. That's how I like my fruit on stuff. I don't give me natural berries. I've already ruined it with the pancakes. Why with the natural berries? I have to call her on my ride home and tell her breakfast is canceled. We'll just have a phone meeting. I'm not taking in those calories. I just ate them all with the cheesecake and the fructose sucrose. Plotting on a couple of Cornish hens for the weekend. I'm going to make them. I haven't made Cornish hens in a while. I'm going to make them on Sunday dinner. Little meatloaf with the hard-boiled egg surprise buried in them. You boil. I was telling everybody earlier. This is so you wrap the meat around the meatloaf. Wrap the raw, turkey meat and stuff around the eggs, and you make your meatloaf shape. But then as you slice, you get an egg surprise. It's good. And it makes anybody who sees the meatloaf say, oh, this is really special. It's not just like some meatloaf. It's special. It's got an egg surprise. Whatever. You shut up. I hear it in my head. Somebody's saying, shut up. Britney Spears, you look terrible on the cover of the new Elle magazine. I got to tell you something right now, sister. Not only do you look terrible, you look unhappy. You really, all that talk that you and Kevin do about, you look unhappy. Just terrible. Or maybe this is just me. She's almost unrecognizable. Her hair is too blonde. And the idea that she's not smiling, but she's pregnant, like to me, smile and pregnancy go together. If you've made it, especially if you've made it far enough in the pregnancy where you're about to deliver at any given point and your belly is showing, pass around her picture. Maybe I'm judging. If I'm hating, tell me. How does that look? Does that look reasonable? Well, there's Hollywood's opinion. He turned up the sad music. How does that look to you?
Maybe she's trying to look mature. It seems like she's trying to look like a more mature mom.
No, forget about it. You drank alcohol during your pregnancy.
How mature is that?
You know, your baby's father is blowing Marlboro smoke, all over you and the baby. I have a feeling I'm going to have an operation. She's talking about regarding delivery. Wait, what does this say? A glowing Britney Spears graces the cover of Elle's 21st anniversary edition this month. In the magazine, she says that she can't face the pain of natural delivery. I feel I'm going to have an operation. What does that mean? A C-section? Well, that's good. Then the cut will already be there for when you get a tummy tuck. That's how I rationalized it. I didn't get the C-section because my doctor was like, you can't just make choices like that, Wendy. It just doesn't I was like, why not? I'm getting a tummy tuck and the date is already set. I made my appointment as soon as I got to that, 4-month mark or something like that. Called up and made my reservation for the tummy tuck. So I'm plotting on a C-section because I'm figuring, okay, I'm going to have the cut anyway. No sense in loosening up everything down there. Well, Scott, really, we could turn the heat down. Good point. No, please, can you? What? Yeah, no sense in disrupting that.
Wendy's got the heat. Wendy's got the heat.
Yeah, it is hot in here. Yeah, you can turn it all the way down. Thank you. Yeah, it's type hot in here. Misty almost. There's almost mist on the windows. Fashion Week has started. I was invited to a great fashion show tomorrow. Do you know Stephen Burrows? Shout out to everybody at his office. Shout out to Helen Shelton. Well, you're not a fashionista, so you don't count, Hollywood. Loose joints. Helen Shelton, shout out to you and everybody over at Martell XO Cognac. We love you. So Stephen Burrows is doing his presentation of spring, his collection of 2006. And it's called Sea and Sand, and it's tomorrow at the Robert Miller Gallery in Chelsea. And he's tied up with Martell XO Cognac. Fine clothing and fine liquor. Love that. It's their new premium cognac. They call that the oldest and the finest cognac house in the world. I'll drink to that. So the theme of Stephen Burrows' collection is Sea and Sand, and it's all about dresses. I was reading to you guys earlier Jennifer Lopez fashion picks, and she says dresses, tall, short, or long, medium. So the thing about a dress, and I agree with her with this, when you put on a dress, it's an outfit in one. You don't have to think about what top am I going to wear, what bottoms I'm going to wear, whatever. It's an outfit in one. I like it. If you need a little foundation, Spanx. Thank goodness for that invention, right? So he's an African-American designer, which is, why I was telling you about this, because I know that, there are a lot of people during Fashion Week who are always looking for, okay, what's new from the black designers. Stephen Burrows, he's been around for a while. He's like 61, I think. So he's been around for a while, and he's back. He loves the fluid dresses and all that other kind of stuff. The feminine silhouette. Good stuff. He was one of the original designers who had his stuff at Henry Bendel back in the 70s. And that's what put him into the limelight. So if you happen to know that name and you're, of a certain age, then you know him back then. Immediately back in the 70s when he was at Bendel, everybody was wearing his stuff. Cher, Diana Ross, Lauren Bacall, Jerry Hall, Barbara Streisand, Lauren Hutton. That whole bit. Stephen Burrows, I'll see you tomorrow. Zing zong, zing zong. Zing zong. Vaughn has the night off, everybody. Because WBLS is going to be airing.
How you doing?
How you? Not as good as you, brother. This is your third time off this week. I know Mrs. Harper's happy. Happy to have more of the Vaughn to herself. Come here, Vaughnie. Oh, gosh. Oh, TMI. Sorry, Mrs. Harper. Is that Vaughn?
Hello?
Is that Vaughn? Vaughn's good for listening as the day goes by.
Crazy girl named Michelle.
Who's that?
Some girl calls up here all the time.
Shailene, you know her?
Yeah, I remember Trevor had said it before she called, before yelling at us about something.
Ask her what she wants. I mean, don't put her on hold. I'm not talking to her. I mean, this is the bonus hour. Who takes breaks? There's no music.
Hello?
Yeah.
What did you want?
Being Bonaducci comes on VH1 this weekend. Do you know Danny Bonaducci? If you care. I was telling everyone earlier, Bobby Trendy is doing a Katrina benefit tonight in Los Angeles. He's still around. Sidebar, do you trust that Bobby Trendy is going to give the money to Katrina? Or buy more lip gloss? I wish you well with your endeavor, Bobby Trendy. I mean, at least he's trying to do something.
Ow.
Americans are taller and heavier. By the way, the results to the Wendy Williams People Poll question are in. Well, first of all, let me tell you, the day before yesterday, the People Poll question was for the ladies. Would you date a man shorter than you? Or have you, or do you? And 92% of women said no. And 8% of women said yes, they date a shorter man. So we flipped this the question around and we asked the men, what did she want? That was a lot of talking for somebody that you dubbed as crazy.
She said on Thursday that a prize on The Price is Right was a trip to New Orleans.
We said it earlier, Michelle.
Get in a boat. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, then she's not crazy.
She wanted to know what's wrong with Bob Barker. That should be a poll question. Is he crazy or stupid?
Well, he lost his wife, and he's never been able to keep his hands to himself,
right.
And he's constantly being sued. Mm-hmm. So he's got like these two lives. One allegedly with The Price is Right, Barker's beauties, mm-hmm. And then the other one, this older man with the white hair who stands up straight and wants us to believe that he's, And then, I don't watch The Price is Right.
No.
Michelle,
that's a listener to be calling up in the middle of the show
on the hotline.
Well, that's not her fault. That is the radio station's fault for never changing that number. I mean, quite honestly with you, that number has been the same since Frankie Crocker was here. People think I'm joking with that. I'm not. Vaughn will tell you. Michelle is a listener. Exactly, Frankie.
Yes.
And Michelle is a listener. She's got the warm line number. Wow. Good for her. She's able to call up and contribute to the show. Michelle, I don't think you're crazy. I appreciate you being able to contribute.
That's because you don't be answering the phone.
No, but I have news for her. Starting September 19th, Steve Harvey and me are going to band together. We can't have our shows interrupted. I mean, I've said it time and time again. They were busy trying to get a good morning show in here, so now they're not busy. We got it. Steve Harvey. Now we can concentrate on something else around here, like locks on the studio door so the crazy person can't come in and shoot us, changing the private line so that every Michelle can't come in. Michelle, you're good. You come. Gay Steve is here. Ow.
Ow.
Hey. Where are you coming from? That's a cute belt you're wearing.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
So where are you coming from?
I have something for you. I just wanted to drop it off. I was uptown.
Okay.
So.
Your toes are touching the ground on the edge of your flip-flops. That is so nasty. At the end of the night, I know your feet are really black underneath, right? Yeah. But they look comfortable. You've had those for what, 10 years?
Just the summer in the city.
Wow. They are really broken in. You found the lipsticks You are so gay. Oh, Steve.
I looked at 4 different Dwayne Reeds.
4
different. The only one that had them.
Wow.
Only 3 left in the whole city.
I gotta tell you, I'm high-low. I'm high-low. There's a particular lipstick that I found at Dwayne Reed because one of the higher-end lipstick lines, I was wearing this particular lipstick. They discontinued it. Before they discontinued it, I bought like 10 tubes of the higher-end line. And then when I got down to like 3 tubes left, I started going around, to other, department store brands and comparing and seeing if I could find a color just like it. I couldn't find anything. Happened to have been in Dwayne Reed one day. I was standing at the cheaper brands and I said, matches perfectly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How much do I owe you? $3.99.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's Wet and Wild. Or is this apartment 5? I can't remember which one. Or maybe it's Barucci. Wow. All right. I can't believe you came by here just to give it. I have to give you the rest of the money on Monday. Look, I have $1. I have $1 to my name.
Because you might need it for the club this weekend, so.
Oh,
I couldn't waste the time. So
no, thank you. A true diva never uses her supply all the way down before panicking. I start to panic. 5 tubes left. I'm panicking. Well, look, I have $2. I'll give you the other $1 on when I see you. I have no money.
Thank you, Boo. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Fabulous. Lipstick down. So 80% of men said that they would date a taller woman. 80%. The problem is 92% of women don't want you, little man. Isn't that weird? But that's that tall girl fantasy. You don't want to be part of somebody's fantasy. Like, they would date you. Do they necessarily? It's like a chubby chaser or something like that. Or dating outside of your race. There's a lot of people who do that, experimenting, like, hell no, I wouldn't bring no white girl home, but I'd dig her out for a night or whatever. Like, it's so insulting to be a part of somebody's immediate, like, science experiment fantasy. Like, a science experiment almost. Dating you to see so you can measure whether I'm bigger down there than a girl who's 5'2". You know what I mean? There's all kind of stigmas that go along with big girls. Haven't you ever heard of big girls? Oh, you's a big girl. You could take it. Take it. What?
Put that where? Back there.
And it's big back there, too. You could take it. You could take it. Look, adult men and women are roughly an inch taller than we were back in 1960 and nearly 25 pounds heavier on average. In other words, we're wider. Because that inch doesn't compensate for those extra pounds. They say men between the ages, this is from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They're saying that men between the ages of 40 and 49 were nearly 27 pounds heavier on average in 2002 compared to 1960. And men between the ages of 50 and 59 were nearly 28 pounds heavier on average in 2002. Obviously, this hasn't been updated since 2002, but we'll go with this. Than they were in 1960. And men between 60 and 74 were almost 33 pounds heavier on average than back in 1960. And ladies between 20 and 29 are nearly 29 pounds heavier on average than back in 1960. And women between 40 and 49 are nearly 25 and a half pounds heavier than back in 1960. And for you older crows, between 60 and 74 ladies, you guys are nearly 17 pounds heavier than back in 1960. The interesting thing is also about the kids. The average height of a 10-year-old boy in 1963 was 55 inches. By 2002, the average height of a 10-year-old boy has increased to 55.2 inches, and now it's 55.7 inches. So the height has changed a little bit. The average height of I know, I'm bored too. What the hell with that? Sometimes stuff is so interesting when I'm gathering for the show, and then I start doing it and hearing my voice in my head as I'm doing it. I'm like, ugh. Dear Wendy, that must have been a short man who faxed in the letter and the stats on the averages. Wendy, I stand 5'9", and every short guy I've dated has always mentioned that I'm much taller than the average woman, reminding me that I'm a freak. Those stats are totally false unless you just survey a predominantly Spanish community. Devoted listener. What does that mean? Spanish men are short?
I was watching
In general.
Are they?
Mexican men.
Yeah. Chinese men too. I don't know where that basketball player came from. That's like a freak of nature. And all of a sudden, because he's so tall, it makes him attractive. Like, wow, look at you. But then you got to figure, the I can't find it factor must look even weirder. You know what I mean? All that height and the little I can't find it. Oh, boy. Shout out to Hustle Up DVD magazine. The new DVD is out. They're featuring a lot of good people. I got my copy. I'm going to watch it this weekend. Dear Wendy, I'm 36 years old. I've been dating this guy who's 35 years old, and we're getting along beautifully, but for one thing. We've been dating for a few months and have been intimate for a couple of weeks now, excuse me. The sex is great, but, and I mean literally, but, Wendy, he keeps trying for the third input. And I keep saying, no. Wendy, he knows because I have screamed it to the mountaintops that I have this thing. The third input is precious and not for just anybody. You have to be married material, for me to even allow access to that. You can't just throw that away, Wendy. My question to you, you don't have to ask me a question. I co-sign. I've always co-signed on that. What? Because you need somebody who's going to really care about you and not get all carried away with what the hell he wants. I mean, nowadays, though, nowadays, like I'm 80, but I feel like, everybody's just doing everything too fast. Like the idea of a college girl wanting to use that, or a high school girl or whatever. And, marriage material, that means the ring, the date, the invitations are out. And even at that point, why give it up then? That's like that honeymoon explosion or whatever. Oh, yeah. That was not dating. You got to save something for somebody. And goodness knows, if you've lived prior to getting engaged, then there's very little you're saving. But I mean, that. Oh, yeah. No, Tracy, I co-sign with you. How old are you? 36 and he's 35. I've been having sex for a couple of weeks. That's 2. Oh, hell no. But he's only doing that because other girls do. Dating, first date, not even a date. I meet you in the club, get you back at the Marriott immediately. Why do you want to go to the usual place? Here, take this. And guys love that. Wow. Because they know they're not going to get you pregnant that way. And all like that. I'm with you. D.L. Hughley and friend to the show, David Alan Grier, they're going to take part in the 2nd annual New York Comedy Festival. It's going to be November 1st through November 6th. And there's going to be various spots around the city, from the Hammerstein Ballroom to Avery Fisher Hall and so on and so forth. You can find out more about the New York Comedy Festival by logging on to NewYorkComedyFestival.com. We were talking about that Lady of Soul Awards. It comes on at the end of the month, I was telling you, right? Shaquille O'Neal and his wife have set up collection boxes at 8 El Dorado furniture stores in South Florida, asking the public to donate toiletries that will be sent to Baton Rouge. I think that's great. His wife has been like really active. I mean, I know, Shaq is busy, being Shaq, changing the light bulbs for all them lights that have been bothering the neighbors outside. But she's been really, really active, doing a lot of stuff. That's nice. "9/11 is Sunday." Yeah. You guys still get a tear in your eye? Yeah, you reflect. You think about what you were doing that day. The very moment of impact. The first plane, then the second plane. And then who you tried to call first on your phone, only to find out there's no service. Yeah.
I felt like that on the elevator today. I'm like,
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Yeah. Yeah. What you did. Like, were you all in watching TV, or were you in denial, scrubbing the kitchen floor with a toothbrush? Disaster sometimes makes people go into wacky mode. Like, I was in denial. My husband stayed home and manned the TV and, all like that. The phones for a moment were working. And I grabbed our son. I went to Walmart and shopped. And I was literally walking around like a zombie, like totally in like denial. And the entire Walmart, we were at the time living in South Jersey. Walmart was as a matter of fact, that's how crazy I was. I didn't even go to Target. I went to Walmart. I don't mind Walmart, but that's not my first, I'm Target. I didn't even go to Target. I went to Walmart. That's how I knew, I guess it was an odd day. And I got inside Walmart, and normally that cuff 'em and stuff 'em Sarge thing that sometimes, Walmart, that effective Walmart, if you don't have that complexion connection, you get kind of an aura sometimes in, you know what I mean? Everybody was love, and everybody was walking around like zombies, just like, It was a whole store full of people in denial. Everybody in there was trying to deny what was going on mentally. And the kids were normal, running around asking for everything. Everybody's kids, my kid. Well, my kid was in the basket, a little tiny baby. I was so in denial, though. I didn't even get enough food, like supplies and all like that. I just went in there. I was buying like clothes. I just crazy, stupid. Yeah. 9/11. Shout out to the families of the survivors and the friends of the victims, the immediate friends of people who, passed away. And, somehow we're all 6 degrees of separation from, knowing an immediate story. But there are people who are 1 degree, like, mothers who lost sons and, all like that. Fiancés who lost fiancés, and women who've gone on to give birth to men's babies who passed away in it, and vice versa. And, and it's all overlapping with Katrina. Sounds like a good weekend for sitting in the house with some Get Right and some cognac, doesn't it? Just, zoning out and flipping through the channels on TV and crying. By the way, this hour of the Wendy Williams Experience bonus hour is sponsored by Newton Learning Center, Newton Learning Enrollment. How come the sponsors have to be written down on a piece of paper? Is there an actual commercial that follows it?
No, they just put it here like that.
Okay. I would love to know more about, I would love to be able to say something more about this, like, located on 58th Street. If you're looking for a place for your child to get extra tutorial services after school, I don't know what this is. I would love to know more. Is there a commercial? Do you see a commercial on there? I mean, the full commercial, because sometimes I say, like, this hour is sponsored by, LA Weight Loss. And then the first commercial into the stop set explains what LA Weight Loss is. Okay. Well, this hour is sponsored by Newton Learning Enrollment, everybody. All right, we're going to go into a break, and we're going to round out the bonus hour right here on your radio station, home of the Wendy Williams Experience, the Vaughn Harper Quiet Storm, and, of course, coming to you on September 19th and beyond, it's the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Weekday mornings right here. at your radio station, home of today's R&B and classic soul, 107.5 WBLS.
No phone calls, please.
Portions of programming brought to you by the New York Lottery. New York's Mega Millions jackpot is $172 million. That's $172 million. The New York Lottery. Hey, you never know.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Let's take some calls from the request line. Call number one.
Earlier today, she talked to radio host Wendy Williams. Dateline's Hoda Kotb talks with New York radio DJ Wendy Williams.
Earlier this year on Wendy Williams' New York radio show.
Wendy Williams is a national syndicated radio personality. Jimmy's guest tonight, Wendy Williams.
Why is Wendy Williams fast becoming the queen of all media?
She's made her mark making celebrities extremely uncomfortable on her popular New York radio show. She's got a TV show on VH1. Please welcome troublemaker Wendy Williams.
Oh, my Lord, am I ready for this day? That was the most erratic, weird interview I'd ever heard.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
All that action sounds really big. My microphone wasn't working in the beginning of the show. Just so you know, it is what it is. The things that keep everything what they are. Look, I turn my head this way, I get a squeak that way, I squeak. What the hell is going on? VH1 is doing... No, not another Wendy Williams is on fire. Silly. It is what it is. They're doing another show called Flavor of Love. No. Yes, Flavor, damn Flavor.
Wow.
Why? Why? Listen to this. You are personally invited to an open... I'm not giving you the information for the open casting call. Oh, no, don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. Ladies, don't make me do it. But listen to the email blast for everybody. You are personally invited to an open casting call for the new VH1 show, Flavor of Love. The show will feature the hip-hop star Flavor Flav. You may know Flavor Flav as the hype man for Public Enemy. You may know Flavor Flav as the reality TV sensation from Surreal Life and Strange Love. But did you know that Flavor Flav is becoming a sex symbol?
Put that where? Put that where? Put that where?
Okay, well, look, hold on. Hard to believe. It's true. The ladies love Flavor Flav. Remember, Flav is funny, famous, and lovable. And women all over the world watched him romance Brigitte Nielsen and then get his heart broken by her. On the reverse side, Flav is a hopeless romantic also. He's got a huge heart and is driven by his desire to please others and make them happy. Rejecting people is not something that he takes lightly. Letting these women go will only get harder for him as time goes by. Oh no, don't tell me they're setting this up. They're going to line up women and he chooses who's the best? What? Flav will take these women to live in his pimped out mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
He need to take his kids.
What? What?
He need to take his kids.
Oh, Flav will take these women. Okay, wait. Picture the house from Scarface, curved staircase, verandas, a big fountain in the middle of the foyer. So this is what VH1 is busy doing behind my back. Damn you. Of course, we all know this is not Flav's house because if he could afford a house like this, he would be taking care of his kids. It all comes back to the kids. a Negro in his priorities. So now that you know a little bit more about Flav, it's time that we tell you how to get involved. I'm not doing it. Okay, but I'd watch the show. Okay, go. An audition. And at least if you don't get it, tell me what it's like. If you get it, then we'll be rooting for you to get chosen. They don't tell how many women are going to be living in there. They don't tell what you get if you win. The auditions are tomorrow from 12 noon to 3 p.m. The earlier you get there, the better, of course. The location, I'm saying this all quick because I'm going to get hit by a lightning rod for even repeating this. The location is a place called Star at 1363 First Avenue at the corner of 73rd Street. I'm trying to get it out as fast as I can, Zoe, to get them all confused. What you should wear, your hottest outfit, make sure you look good and feel good too. Dress to impress an international hip-hop star. Oh, Lord. And what do you bring? Friends, females 21 and older who would be into this as well. Bring as many as you want with enthusiasm and a smile. Why don't you three go? You all go.
Oh.
Come on.
What time is it?
See, I knew somebody wouldn't mind. Who said that?
For the show.
That's you, Zoe?
Yeah, she go.
Do you want to go?
No. But if you would like me to go, Miss Wendy, I will go.
Are you busy tomorrow between noon and 3?
I can be unbusy.
You going to take some of the girls here with you?
Sure.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you the information. If by chance you can gather up, some of the girls and go ahead. Okay. Yeah.
So enthusiastic.
Well, you might get to live up in that mansion for
save all the enthusiasm for tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
I'm so excited to be here.
There's an ESPN reporter that committed suicide. I'm sure you guys heard about it, but I don't watch ESPN. Adrian Karisten, who faced a federal tax rap and was found dead from apparent suicide in his Wisconsin home. This happened earlier in the week. This was actually over the weekend. It happened last weekend. Yeah. He pled guilty in July to falsely reporting a $600,000 income that he made on the sidelines as a sideline reporter for ESPN. He was sentenced to 11 months in prison and 9 months home confinement. I guess he couldn't take the prospect of, so he offed himself. Dear Wendy, I just wanted to comment on a statement that you made earlier this week. I believe it was yesterday about the sex toy box under the bed. Well, some years ago, I met a man, and when it was time for our very first encounter, I not only pulled out the box, but I dressed in some really sexy black lingerie with handcuffs on my hands. Now, picture this for the first time. Yeah, Wendy, absolutely nothing happened. I was so PO'd and unsure that I did not know what to do. And my girlfriend, who was his sister, told me to put on regular lingerie and leave the toys in the box and said that it would all scare her brother if I came out in black with cuffs and whips and chains. Of course, he exaggerates it, but I did scare him. Today, we happen to be married and we laugh about our first time. But the moral of the story is too much, too soon can be disastrous. That's from Beverly. Well, congratulations, Bev. I'm glad everything worked out. But even she admits, yeah, I was talking about, when you're about to encounter with somebody and you pull out, what is going on BET? What are we watching? I thought the a-thon wasn't supposed to start until 7:30. Who are these?
On BET tonight.
Who are those girls? What is going on over there?
Rihanna, right? I was watching Rihanna before.
That's Tia Marie. Oh, she looks different than she did earlier when she was at the show.
Yeah, Esther Baxter on before.
Who is that?
Some model. Tia Marie, Rihanna.
Well, Vinny, I can see why we don't have a TV in here. There's a lot of distraction. I'm requesting that after this BET-a-thon that we simulcast, we remove the TV. I'm sitting here doing my show, and everybody's looking up at the behind shaking. You know what, Vinny? You're right. It is a distraction. Not to me, but to everybody else. That's a lot of booty shaking. We're going to be simulcasting that on the radio tonight, by the way. Yeah, you just can't be pulling out that whole box of all of what to doing. I have a very good girlfriend that, loves all the flavored lotions, condoms, potions, all that stuff. The whips and the handcuffs, the mink-lined ones, the regular one, all that stuff. The rubber latex lingerie. A regular girlfriend. Sure. But the thing is that she like whips it on guys like immediately, and somehow, at least that box, it's like intimidating. It's like, And even though at this point, we're no longer kids and we should be able to say what we want and do how we want it, I would think that would scare guys. Not so much that they're going to be hurt. And that's not what I'm talking about, but like, wow, how seasoned is the situation, But Beverly ended up doing it and got married, and she laughs about it. So you do what you want. Have a wonderful weekend. I got to get out of here. Got some weekending to attend to. Listen, you all, take it easy out there emotionally. I know 9/11 and Katrina, it's a really heavy emotional time for particularly the New York tri-state with, the 9/11 anniversary and stuff. See if we can recapture the humanity that we all had 9/11 so many years ago for one day, for one moment. And it lasted for about 72 hours before we were back to calling each other nigger and cracker. And I say it because I'm making a point. You know what I mean? See if we can try to, capture that and all right. I said it. That's it. Where's Bob Lee? Vinny said that he wanted Bob Lee to come in here and chat with me about the BET, but he's late and I'm going. Bye.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.